Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, this is not happy news, let's put it this way, but this is something for you to prepare for because it's going to happen to us all. And considering the demographics of you guys, this is probably going to hit you pretty quick. You know how we've had in the last 2 years about 5 million illegals come across the border? Yeah, okay. And we've seen the inflation because of it on housing, on food, on fuel, you know. Yes, the immigration invasion that we have does cause inflation. It's not the only reason, but it does cause it there too. But there is one place where it's the massive, major driver for inflation. In this morning's mail, Mrs. P and I got the annual rate increase for Mrs. P's health insurance. Now, fortunately for me, I get my medical care through the VA. Sorry, I think I earned it. Okay. But we have to pay for Mrs. P's medical care or medical insurance. Okay. Last year, or well, this year, I guess 2022, Mrs. P's monthly premium for her medical insurance was $205 a month. We just got the bill from our insurance company. It's gone up to $248 a month starting in January. Okay. That is more than a 20% increase in the premiums. She's still got to pay for her $40 off a copay with her office visits and stuff like that. Do we use $3,000 a year worth of medical coverage for her? No. Okay. Mrs. P is a 45-year-old healthy woman with no pre-existing conditions, nothing. But again, it's insurance. I get it. Okay. I've got car insurance. I haven't had a ticket. I haven't had an accident in 10 plus years. Still pay my car insurance, okay? But I got to pay my medical insurance. Got to pay for Mrs. P's. This is all due, or primarily due, to 5 million illegals and all the ones that are already here, okay, who have no insurance, who are going to the emergency room and then just never pay the bill, okay? Yeah, there's 20% inflation on top of everything else, because, just coming up with an extra $40 a month is easy for everybody, right? For some households, that's a week's worth of groceries. You think this only affects Mrs. P? No. There's an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning that, remember good old Potato Joe's Inflation Reduction Act? I want you guys to understand this one real quick. After all the Democrats screaming and yelling during the campaign here that we had the election a couple of weeks ago for, oh, the Republicans want to cut Medicare. Guess what? The economists in the Journal this morning crunched the numbers, and the Inflation Reduction Act is cutting Medicare benefits. Yeah, okay. This is going to lead to premium increases for seniors who are on Medicare. I'll read this to you real quick. The private plans participating in Medicare's prescription drug program, known as Part D, currently draw on three sources of revenue to finance prescriptions: out-of-pocket payment from patients, premium payments made by plan members, and subsidies from the federal government. In 2025, under the Inflation Reduction Act, both government subsidies and out-of-pocket payments by patients are scheduled to be cut sharply. The difference will be made up by premiums. But the statute inhibits this third revenue source, which is also subsidized, from increasing more than 6%. It's hardly enough to cover inflation, let alone compensate for the other two revenue losses. We estimate that beginning in 2025, plan subsidies, specifically the reinsurance subsidies for the beneficiaries with the most drug spending, will be cut by $30 billion out of revenue that currently totals $110 billion. With $30 billion less to finance prescription benefits, something will have to give. Plans currently have far too little profit to span the chasm that the Inflation Reduction Act opens between expenses and revenues. If you think you're going to wait till 2025 for this, don't count on it. They're going to have to shore up the balance sheet here pretty soon. I would bet that you are going to see premium increases starting January 2023. Now, a lot of people that are on Medicare are on fixed income, okay? You guys know exactly what this inflation is doing to you in regards to your fixed income payments, okay? Can you add, just using Mrs. P's example, can you add another $40 to your monthly bills and still be fine? Let's just say that's what it is. I'm hypothesizing here, okay? But it doesn't only affect the seniors. Hey guys, ever take a look at your paycheck and you see on the paycheck, this is what you made, this is the federal tax withheld. If you have state income tax, this is the state tax withheld. This is your Social Security withheld. And oh yeah, what's that last one? This is the Medicare that's withheld. So all of those of you who go work a 9 to 5 or whatever hours, okay, and get that paycheck every 2 weeks, expect your paycheck to go down because the Medicare premiums are going to go up. This is something that, of course, the Democrats would never tell you, but again, it goes right back into exactly what we've said on every single other thing. Accuse the other side of doing what you're doing. Throughout the entire election, they're going to get rid of Medicare, they're going to cut Medicare. They'd already passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which did exactly this. Make you pay more and make you struggle that much more. Can you see now let's say see now, but see another useless eaters, if you will, the war on the elderly? That's exactly what the government is doing, okay? If you're not wealthy, if you are on government insurance that, oh, by the way, you paid for 40 years of your working career on average, okay, it's how long we go to work, maybe 50. You paid for this throughout your entire working career, and now they're going to say, oh, you know what? We need to charge you more. What have we heard? Social Security is going to go broke. That means that our seniors have no income for something that they paid into for 40 or 50 years. Gee, we're going to cut Medicare for something people have paid into for 40 or 50 years. Are you beginning to see that the government is trying to get rid of the elderly? You know, oh, the lifespan is now increased to 78. The lifespan's increased to 80, whatever it is. And the government's going, shit, that means that's 2 more years we've got to pay for these people that aren't doing anything. How do we get rid of them? Well, there's a real easy way to get rid of them. You know, take away their medical coverage. We hear this all the time. Obamacare, it's got to make medical care cheaper. You know, all these illegals are coming across the border because they need medical care and everything. But we have the people that contributed to our economy for 2/3 of their lives, supported financially this country via all the income tax they paid, all the Social Security tax they paid, all the sales tax they paid, all the property tax they paid, and everything like that. And our government, Joe Biden, the Democrats, have just come up and given the elderly a one-finger salute. This is what you need to prepare for on a financial side right now. Yeah, it's a kick in the balls for us. All right, there's another $40 a month that goes out for nothing. Yeah, $40 a month is $500 a year. Okay, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't walk around with extra money in my pocket. But I get to pay it now. So that will cut into everything that people do again. What they're trying to do is get rid of the population that is not beneficial to them. Expect to see something like that in the mail that your premiums are going up soon. Just fair warning. It's only Thanksgiving. What else would Joe have to give us than a tax hike? Pinball out.